A life upended, the moment of truth. The envelope felt heavy in her hands. Mariska Hargitay, a name synonymous with strength and resilience, felt a tremor of fear. Inside, a secret lay dormant, a truth concealed for decades. As she opened it, her heart pounded in her chest, the words blurred, each one a hammer blow to her carefully constructed reality. The man she had known as her father, the weightlifter, the actor Mickey Hargitay, wasn't her biological father. Mariska stared at the document, her mind reeling. This wasn't just a piece of paper, it was a grenade exploding in the center of her life. Everything she thought she knew, everything she held dear, felt suddenly uncertain. The ground beneath her seemed to shift, the world tilting on its axis. How could this be true? How could her life, a life lived in the public eye, hold such a monumental secret? The revelation sent shockwaves through Mariska's world. Decades of memories of family holidays and childhood laughter were suddenly cast in a new light. Who was she? Who were her parents? The very foundation of her identity seemed to crumble, leaving her raw and exposed. The news was a betrayal, a wound that cut deep, but as the initial shock subsided, a new feeling began to take root, a burning need to know the truth. Mariska had always been a fighter, both on and off screen. Now she faced her most personal battle yet, a battle to understand her past and reclaim her identity. Jayne Mansfield. The name conjured up images of platinum blonde hair, a dazzling smile, and curves that could launch 1,000 ships. In the golden age of Hollywood, Jayne wasn't just a star, she was a supernova, blazing across the silver screen with a potent mix of beauty, talent, and unabashed sexuality. Born Vera Jane Palmer in 1933, Jayne dreamed of escaping her small-town life. She possessed an ambition as vast as the Texas sky, a drive that propelled her to the bright lights of Hollywood, and Hollywood embraced her. Jayne's voluptuous figure and playful sensuality challenged the demure image of the time, making her a rival to Marilyn Monroe for the title of ultimate blonde bombshell. Jayne wasn't just a pretty face, she was a talented actress, earning critical acclaim for her roles in films like The Girl Can't Help It and Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter. She was a media darling, her every move chronicled in gossip columns. Her romances, marriages, and even her pregnancies became national news. June 29, 1967. A date etched in tragedy. Jayne Mansfield, her lover Sam Brody, and their driver were killed in a horrific car accident. The news sent shockwaves through the nation. How could someone so full of life, so vibrant, be gone so soon? The accident, a gruesome collision with a tractor trailer on a Louisiana highway, claimed the lives of the adults in the front seat instantly. But in the back, 3 children, including a young Mariska Hargitay, slept through the impact, miraculously surviving the crash that claimed their mother. The world mourned the loss of Jayne Mansfield, a star extinguished too soon. But for 3 young children, the tragedy was deeply personal. They lost their mother, their protector, the center of their universe. Mariska, just 3 years old, was left with only fragmented memories of the dazzling woman who was her mother. The loss of Jayne Mansfield at the height of her fame cast a long shadow over Mariska's life. The public's grief felt overwhelming, a constant reminder of her loss. Growing up without her mother left an unfillable void, a yearning for a connection that could never be fully replaced. Section 4, Whispers in the Shadows, Doubts and Denials. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Mickey Hargitay, Jayne's ex-husband and a renowned bodybuilder, stepped in to raise Mariska and her 2 brothers. He provided stability and love during a time of unimaginable grief. But even within the loving embrace of her family, whispers followed Mariska. People whispered about her striking resemblance to Jayne, about her mother's legacy of beauty and glamour. But there were other whispers, darker ones that hinted at secrets hidden behind closed doors. Rumors circulated about Mariska's paternity, fueled by innuendo and speculation. Was Mickey Hargitay truly her father, or was there more to the story? As Mariska blossomed into a beautiful young woman, the whispers intensified. She bore a striking resemblance to a certain Italian actor, a man who had been romantically linked to her mother. The rumors, once confined to hushed conversations, found their way into tabloid headlines, casting a shadow of doubt over Mariska's life. Despite the whispers and speculation, Mariska clung to the truth she had always known. Mickey Hargitay was her father. He was the man who raised her, who loved her unconditionally, who taught her the meaning of family. Section 5. The Revelation, Unmasking a Family Secret. The truth, when it finally arrived, came not in a dramatic confrontation or a shocking revelation, but in the quiet solitude of Mariska's own home. A DNA test, taken out of curiosity, revealed the truth that had been hidden for so long. Mickey Hargitay, the man she loved as a father, was not her biological father. Her biological father was, as the whispers had suggested, the Italian actor, a man she had never met. The revelation, though not entirely unexpected, was no less earth-shattering. It was a truth that forced her to re-examine everything she thought she knew about her life, her family, her own identity. The news wasn't a source of anger or resentment. Instead, it was a key that unlocked a hidden chamber in her heart, a chamber filled with a longing to connect with her biological father, to understand the man whose features she saw reflected in the mirror.